Okay, don't say it. You don't have to say anything. Just literally start the video.
I'm back! I feel like it's a curse every time I come on here. I must have made, how many videos have I made now? Where I've come on and been like, I'm back everybody, and then the following week I've left again and it's like another 6 months before I post a video. I'm essentially like the Dan Howell of the equestrian YouTuber world. But hello everyone, it has been a very, very long time since I have spoken to you all, and there's been some huge changes around here that I really need to update you guys all on, because I need to tell someone. I've been keeping so many things secret, and I've got so many plans that I need to share with you, and I thought I need to just make a video to get you guys all up to scratch on what's been going on. As you can see, I'm filming today's video on our one day of British summer. It's 16 degrees, overcast, and with just a light rain, just a very light rain. So I mean, crack out the tanning oil, am I right? But yeah, it's been a very long time since I've spoken to you. I think I could ramble, you guys know me, I could ramble on for ages, so I'm just gonna get into it, okay? I'm just gonna get into it. There's been lots of things happen since I last spoke to you on here, and I'm just gonna get you all up to date on my life and all the many changes that I've made recently so that I can pursue what I want to do in the future, and other changes, new arrivals, horses leaving. Lots of things have happened, many of which you guys have absolutely no idea, regardless of whether you follow me on here or Instagram. So yeah, let's get into it. I think one of the most recent videos that I've made that you guys have seen on here was the gender reveal of my mare Evie, who was in foal last year to Pomerol de Meuse, who is a stallion by Emerald. On the 4th of May, yes, stay, we welcomed a gorgeous chestnut filly into our lives called, if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen quite a bit of Poppy already, but if you don't, I am now gonna share sort of the story of the last couple of weeks leading up to her birth and us finding out that she'd been born. I actually have a couple of clips because we send our mares to stud to foal, just because the vets are like 40 minutes from us, so if anything went wrong, it's far too late, and they're so much safer at stud with people more experienced with foaling, and the vet is like 5 or 10 minutes away. So I actually have the footage of the phone call we got to say that she'd been born, and me and my family finding out her, like, the sex and the colour of her and everything. So yeah, it was a really special moment. I look like a train wreck in it, but I had just woken up, okay? So a couple of weeks before Poppy was born, we had a big scare. Basically, Evie stopped eating completely, and she is a pig. Evie is an absolute pig. So it was very out of character. She stopped eating, she went all quiet and like laboured. So I called our vet out, our reproductive vet. So they came out, and he knows me very well. Unfortunately, I have his phone number. So the entire time my mares are in foal, he must be sick of me because I pester him constantly with messages and things about the foals and the mares to see if they're all okay, and sending him photos of things that I'm not sure about, so he must be sick of me. But yeah, he knows I'm a massive worrier anyway. I got out of his car and he was like, I'm sure it's nothing, I know what you like, and I'm there like, oh yeah, I know, I just wanted to be sure and everything. So he went across to scan her, and he tried to scan her internally first, and we were sort of like having a chat and things, and then he put his hand in and the whole room went like dead silent, and he said, okay, now the foal thing. Then the stress levels in the room through the roof. they're nearly trying to find a heartbeat. For the longest time we thought we'd lost her, just a couple of weeks before her gestation was up. There are a few raindrops on the screen. I don't know whether that affects this at all, but we're gonna roll with it. But anyway, eventually he did find a laboured heartbeat. So we knew she was still alive, but we took her straight through to the stud after that because it was pretty scary. But yeah, we introduced our gorgeous little filly, Poppy, into our lives on May the 4th. And yeah, I'm gonna play the footage for you now of me finding out about her existence.
Yeah,
We've got Kate here now.
as well, yeah.
Yeah.
We can.
Oh.
Oh. cow kitchen house underneath the socket at present time.
Oh,
So, that's all. Been worth waiting for.
brilliant. She's a bay then, is she? Dark bay, yeah?
No, light.
A light bay.
Yeah.
What chestnut?
What colour is the colour?
Chestnut.
Chestnut.
What?
No, that's what this could be.
Oh, a chestnut. Oh, right. Oh, wow.
Chestnut filling.
Chestnut filling.
Oh.
Oh, she should be there today, don't we?
Yeah. I'll be throwing it now.
So I'm actually in the field with her now, but she's sleeping at the opposite end of the field. She'll probably come down and say hello at some point during this video. She's super friendly now. She was so shy when we first got her home, which many of them are. She's pretty intelligent, so she spent the longest time being pretty like wary of us. I read to her every night. I'm really sad, but I do read to her every night, and that has definitely helped for her to just get used to like my presence and just being there with her. She curls feet like a listens to her. She lays with me sometimes, but not as much as Blue did when he was a foal. But they're all so different, and I love them to bits. Yeah, so that was a pretty huge update for you guys. But yeah, she is absolutely perfect, and there was only like a 4% chance that we would end up with a chestnut, because her grandsire is the only one in the whole family line that is chestnut, and that is emerald. All the others are bay, so we were fully expecting a bay, and as you could hear in the call, obviously the man from the stud told us that it looked like it was a chestnut. He's not the best with colours, bless him. He's incredible with everything else. We did laugh at that. But yeah, when he asked what colour the sire was, that was why I just said chestnut. The sire is not chestnut, the grandsire is chestnut, but I just thought it would, like, you know, help the chestnut, maybe yeah, that's what that. But yeah, so that was the first update for you guys. Next, I'm gonna talk about probably the biggest question I get asked and things, which is why I don't post very often to YouTube, and like why I used to post more and I don't anymore, which will lead me on to speaking about the next bit in a minute, so I'll talk about that first. Basically, I started YouTube when I was very young. I think I made my first account with a friend when we were 12, and made this when I was 13. So I was young, and we had no idea it was gonna pick up or blow up like it did. You know, I remember when we first hit 100 subscribers and we were like jumping around the room, crying and rolling on the floor. Like, it was very exciting. And we had no idea that it would lead us to here, and it would lead me to all the opportunities that I was gonna get in the future. We had absolutely no idea. But yeah, my friend was a few years older than me, so she went to uni, and it was up to me to continue the account. That was all fine. Like, when I was younger, you know, up to being sort of like 17-ish, like it worked really well. I could still upload on a semi-regular basis. 2018 or something, I uploaded quite a lot, or 2019. I was getting into much more of a routine with it. But it got to a point where I couldn't continue doing YouTube as a hobby, which is what I always wanted it to be, because I was always so focused on the horses, and all I wanted to do was be a show jumper. And you know, I think it must have been a couple of years ago now, I made a video, which I will post up here, a little photo or something, talking about how I had these new plans that I wanted to start doing sales liveries and competition liveries and all of that kind of thing, and work from home, and it was something I was so excited about because it would help me develop my riding and everything too. And yeah, so that was what my main focus went to, and I started uploading less and less and less. And it's difficult to understand when you're young, if you're not working yet and things, because I didn't understand much about money and finances and stuff when I was younger. But as soon as you have finance stuff, and I always had YouTube as a hobby. I'd never thought of it as anything more than that. So to me, like, working with horses was the only way to go. So I did my coaching and stuff as well, and it has been great. It's been amazing. It's been far more successful than I thought it would be. I've always had like a wait list of people wanting to send their horses here. I've always managed to fill up clinic days and stuff, so it's been absolutely amazing. I've had lots of project horses and ponies that I've brought on and sold on and things over the last few years, and it has been an incredible journey. But in the more recent times, I've struggled with the number of horses we have, and I've struggled emotionally with them, to say goodbye to them, because I am such a mug. As you may know, I have 23 horses. Most of them are permanent residents, so I struggle to say goodbye. Yeah, it's something I've always struggled with, but for some reason more now, you know, a couple of the years on to homes that seemed great at the time, and then like they've come back to us if we've managed to get them back and stuff. And you know, I hate seeing what some of these changes can do to them sometimes, so I always get sad when they leave, because like you're just hoping that they go to these amazing homes and you never have to worry about them again. And yeah, sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. So I think that's just made me so emotional and stressed about the whole thing when I have to sell one, regardless of whether it's my own or like a sales livery or something. I get so stressed about it because I'm just thinking that I have to it's so stressful trying to find the perfect home for this horse. So yeah, it's been quite emotionally taxing and very physically taxing as well, because since COVID, I sent my staff home, so I've literally been doing everything myself. So I think we have 14 stabled at the moment, so I've been looking at like 14 stables every day and then trying to work everyone, and I was just fighting a losing battle. You know what I mean? Like, it's impossible to do all of that work on your own and maintain like a healthy sleep pattern and stay physically fit myself, because obviously from workers, but I already have like physical problems, like with my shoulder and stuff. I've got things that I have to do specific workouts for to maintain and stuff, and like that was dropping off, but I'd still be doing all my other work, so I was in a lot of pain as well. It just made me reevaluate everything. I just love the YouTube. I really have. I've always loved it, and I've always wished that I could take it further, but I never saw it as more than a hobby. And it was only after speaking to some friends that actually do YouTube now as a living that I realized that maybe that could be something that I could do someday. And I thought about it for so long and tossed and turned between it, thinking it's in between, my God. But I came to the conclusion that I want to give it a go. Nothing's ever certain, and I don't know how it's going to work out. Maybe you guys will hate it, and it will do terribly, and within a month I'll be posting a video saying goodbye forever and going to do something completely different. I'm a great believer that if you never try, you'll never know, and I don't want to live with regrets, you know, because YouTube and stuff, sometimes it's not forever for a lot of people, so I don't want to get years and years down the line and think makes me. So yeah, the camera I'm filming on now is brand new. Thank you to Meg Elphick, Elphick Event Ponies, who recommended this camera to me. Thank you to Esme, who managed to find me some music that's copyright free that doesn't make you want to rip out your eardrums. But thank you to everyone who has supported me, and massive thank you to you guys, because without you this wouldn't even be in the realm of possibility. And I hope that I can bring you some content now that you'll love. I have so many ideas. I'm a very creative person. I've just never had the time, and obviously the main reason I haven't posted on YouTube is because it was a hobby, and I have so many horses. I have to do a substantial amount of work to earn enough money to keep them, and because YouTube is just a hobby, I couldn't, you know, allow myself to have the time to do that when it didn't earn me any money, it didn't bring me any money in. And I have monetized the odd couple of videos, never much from it. You know, I'm pretty bad. Like if I hear a song I like, I'll just use it regardless of the copyright. So that's gonna have to change now, probably. I am super, super excited, and it kind of brings me on to the next thing I want to talk about, which is saying goodbye to a horse who I absolutely adored. It was one of the hardest goodbyes I've ever had to make. So I bought Paris. I bought her as more of a project, but I absolutely fell in love with her. It's raining more than ever now. You guys can't see it, but I'm just soaked, to be honest. By the end of this video, I'll be like a drowned rat. I bought Paris at the beginning of 2020, and I absolutely fell in love with her. And there was so much that I wanted to do with her, and I just convinced myself that I would have all the time in the world to work with her and to do all these other things. I just convinced myself that it would all be fine, it'll all work out. And then obviously with COVID and everything, and me having this huge extra workload to do, she just stopped getting worked, and like it was really hard seeing her out in the field every day, and she'd look at me as if like, why aren't you doing anything with me? And I'd convince myself every day like, oh, okay, from tomorrow I'll start working with Paris as well. And then tomorrow would come and something else would happen, and I was literally getting in at 1 in the morning. I'm not joking. I'd get up at 6, get in at 1 in the morning, dinner, straight to bed. It was no life at all, and I wasn't getting Paris work still. You know, that was without working Paris. So I made the very, very difficult decision that I would have to sell her. And I did post, I think, a little goodbye video on here as well, because I couldn't bring myself to talk about it at the time. It was really, really upsetting for me. This was a few months ago now, so I'm feeling a lot better about it now, and obviously I've seen how happy she is in her new home and everything, so I feel a lot better now. But at the time, I couldn't even speak about it. It was just bringing me to tears every day. That kind of solidified in my mind as well that like the buying and selling of horses is something that I've never been good at emotionally and never am going to be. Yeah, it sort of solidified my YouTube decision more in my head as well. I'm not going to say who she's gone to yet, just because I want to give her and her owner as much time as they feel is necessary to get to know one another properly and be really confident with one another and get out to some shows and stuff. And then I'm sure she will have no problem at all with some of you guys following on her journey with her. But yeah, it was a pretty devastating time for me. I know it sounds so pathetic, like so many people sell horses all the time and it's just, you know, it's part of life, but I get so ridiculously emotionally attached even. So it was really difficult for me, but I miss her a lot. I think about her every single day. I natter her new owner to death for pictures of her, and I know her new owner very well. We've known each other for about 12 years now, so yeah, it's lovely for her to have gone to someone who I know so well, and I know she's going to take such good care of her and everything, and I can go visit her whenever I want to, which hopefully I'll get to in the next month or so, if I get a nice spare day. But yeah, I'm really happy she's gone to who she's gone to. I actually have two huge surprises I need to share with you guys. One of which I'm going to share today, and the other I will share a few days from when you're seeing this video. I'm very proud of myself. I've managed to keep like an enormous secret from you for a very long time. Something that's been in the works for years is finally happening. We have some more exciting news. So some of you may remember a lovely horse called Casanova, who I had when I was 17. 2017, 2018, I had this lovely horse called Casanova, big gelding, 17-1. I will post some video footage of him whilst I'm talking about him over here. So yeah, Casanova, lovely, lovely boy. I bought him when Evie and Nero and Madge were out of work in 2016, towards when they all decided to simultaneously go lame in the same week with all completely different injuries that were all completely unrelated. Thanks, guys! And the reason we bought him was because I'd actually just been accepted onto the ACE course with British show jumping, and I needed a horse to take with me, and all my horses decided to just be field ornaments in the same week. He quickly became a huge part of our lives. I jumped him up to 1m30. He hadn't done a lot of jumping in his life at all. He was a huge boy, so he was very green, and I was tiny, even tinier than I am now at the time. So I just couldn't hold him together, and I really struggled getting him round courses, especially if he was a bit spooky and stuff. I struggled to get my leg round him and encourage him. Very honest, he never stopped. He was just very sticky sometimes. You know, when you get to a fence, you're like, are we going? Are we not? And then he would go, and I'd be like, oh my god. But yeah, in the end, I gave him to a very close friend of mine, Natalie, who he was with for a couple of years, and then she gave him to someone close to her. And he's been going amazing, and we found out sort of 7 or 8 weeks ago now, I think it was, had a minor injury, and his new owner couldn't afford to keep him like on livery and stuff if he was just going to be on complete rest and everything. She could only afford to keep one on livery, which is completely understandable. So many people are in the same position. He was kind of running out of options, and we offered to have him back. Which she kindly accepted, and we have Nova back, which is a huge surprise for you guys. Luckily, his injury was only very minor. A bit of remedial shoeing that we've done over the last 6 weeks. He has come completely sound. So he's just turned out over the road in our like wintry fields at the moment with the Shetlands and stuff. He's not on his own. He's got plenty of company. He's over there just kind of recovering, just having some time to himself. And we sat on him for the first time the other day, me and my friend. He was absolutely amazing. He was foot perfect. And so we are absolutely thrilled with him, and I don't know what my plans for him are. Like, he's quite a lot older now than he was. He was 17 now or 18, so you know, he's not like super old, but he's getting on. But he's a great hack out. He has done a lot of dressage in the past, and I jumped him obviously up to like 130 level and stuff, so I don't know what the future holds for him. I don't know whether he's just going to be more of like a happy hacker and take the youngsters out, or whether he'll actually get to do a little bit more. But our plan is hacking him for the next 6 weeks, and all being well then I'll get the vet back out to check him and see what they say, see if they give us the all clear to do a little bit more with him, or see whether that's all he can really do. We are thrilled to have him back, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for him, because he's such a lovely boy. He's so sweet. Very much to his name as well. He is a Casanova. He loves the ladies, which is also partly the reason why he's over the road, because there's so many ladies over here that he would be causing a few problems. I will be making a lot of vlogs in the up and coming weeks, so you're going to see a lot of him then. Some of the best memories I have, other than like with the horses like Nero and everything, and like Blue being born and stuff like that, are going to like Hoys and things and meeting you guys. Like, I think it's 2019, I got to do Blue's gender reveal on the stage with a lot of you guys, and I got to stand at the gallop stand and meet so many of you, and it was literally one of the greatest days of my entire life. I absolutely loved it, and I really want to do that. I want to do this for my career for now, and hopefully for a long time. There is a sheep coming across to destroy my camera. Don't. I'm gonna remove it from the fence because the sheep is going to destroy it. This is what I want to do, and I'm so grateful to you guys for even making this a possibility for me. And yeah, I hope I can do you proud with my videos in the future. I hope you really enjoy them. If you don't, please let me know, and we'll think of something else. But yeah, I have so many things that I want to share with you guys, and another huge surprise, and I mean a huge surprise. And I don't mean one of these like YouTuber surprises where they're like, big surprise, and then it's something that's really like not a surprise at all, or it's just a really disappointing surprise. Like, this is an enormous surprise and a huge secret that I've been keeping for so long, so I can't wait for you guys to finally know what it is. Obviously, I haven't been on YouTube in a long time, so I'm still kind of finding my feet at the moment with different editors and different music and things like that. So I don't know how, like, I'll definitely be uploading every week from now on, but I don't know how many times a week I'll be uploading until I get into it a bit more. So maybe for the first few weeks I'll just be once a week, and then maybe I'll find a bit of a rhythm with it and get into it a bit more, and maybe upload a couple of vlogs here and there as well. Yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes, but I am thrilled to be back, and yeah. So please subscribe if you aren't already subscribed, and give this video a like. I think it helps you somehow. I don't know. I have no idea. So leave a comment down below with any sort of specific videos you want to see, or any words of encouragement and wisdom going forward, because I'm gonna need them. I'm gonna need everything that's coming. So yeah, I love you guys very much, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye.